principle. This principle pertains to doing more than normal for improvement to happen. It means to boost our fitness, strength, or endurance. The workload is extended accordingly. Applying these training principles will cause long-term adaptations, enabling the body to figure more efficiently to deal with higher level of performance. Principles of progression. To ensure that the results will still improve over time, the adapted workload should be continually increased. A gradual and systematic increase within the workload over a period of time will lead to improvement in fitness workout risk of injury. If overload occurs and increases rapidly, it may lead to injury or muscle damage. If it increases slowly, improvement is unlikely. For instance, the athlete who exercises vigorously only on weekends violates the principle of progression and may not see obvious fitness gains. The principle of progression also stresses the requirement for correct rest and recovery. Continual stress on the body and constant overload will lead to exhaustion and injury. You ought not to train hard all the time, as you'll risk overtraining and a decrease in fitness. Principle of specificity. We have all heard the phrase, practice makes perfect. Well, this is often the principle of specificity in action. These principles simply state that exercising a specific piece or component of the body primarily develops that part. The principle of specificity implies that to become better at a selected exercise or skill, you need to perform that exercise or skill. For example, a cyclist should be trained in cycling and a runner should be trained in running. Use the acceptable sort of exercise that directly improves your target muscles. Principle of reversibility. Development of muscles will happen if regular movement and execution are completed. If activity ceases, it will be reversed. This shows that benefits and changes achieved from overload will last as long as training is continuous. On the flip side, this also implies that the detraining effect will be reversed once training is resumed. Extended rest periods reduce fitness, and therefore the psychological effects diminish over time, which throws the body back to its pre-training condition. Take note, the effect of training will be lost if the training is discontinued. Understanding the FIT principle helps you create a workout plan which will be beneficial in reaching your fitness goals. FIT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise. These are the four elements you would like to believe to make workouts that suit your goals and fitness level. Learn how to become fit by doing the FIT principle. Frequency. This is the number of meetings in a week. Intensity, the effort level of the exercise. Time, period covered in an exercise session. Type, this is the kind of activity. Frequency, the first thing to identify in the workout plan is frequency. How often you exercise? Your frequency often depends on a spread of things, including the sort of workout you're doing, how hard you're working, your fitness level, and your exercise goals. 3 to 5 times a week is a safe frequency for each component of health-related fitness. American College of Sports Medicine sets exercise guidelines to provide a place to start figuring out how often to work out. For cardio, include your goal. Guidelines recommend moderate exercise 5 or more days every week or intense cardio 3 days every week to improve your health. If your goal is to lose weight, you'll need to work often up to 6 or more days a week. For strength training, the suggested frequency is 2 to 3 non-consecutive days a week. It should be 1 to 2 days between sessions. If you are doing a split routine, like the upper body at some point and lower body subsequent, your workouts are going to be more frequent than total body workouts. Intensity refers to how hard you work during the physical activity period. Intensity is often measured in several ways, counting on the health-related components. For instance, monitoring pulse rate is a technique to measure intensity during aerobic endurance activities, but gives no indication of intensity during flexibility activities. For cardio, you will usually monitor intensity by heart rate or pulse rate. The recommendation for steady state workout is at a moderate intensity, and for interval training, it should be done at a high intensity for a shorter period of time. For strength training, monitoring the intensity of strength training involves a special set of parameters. The intensity depends on the workload you are doing, the amount of weight you lift, and the number of repetitions and sets. You can change the intensity based on your goals. For a beginner, use a lighter weight and do fewer sets with high repetitions. It's 2 or 3 sets of 12 to 20 repetitions. If your goal is to develop muscle, do a higher number of sets with a moderate amount of repetitions, 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps each. If you want to create strength, use heavy weights to try to do more sets with fewer repetitions. For example, 5 sets of 3 repetitions each. Your resting pulse rate is the number of times your heart beats per minute after you are at rest. Time. Time is the length of the physical activity. Considering the other aspect of the FIT principle, that time differs depending on the health-related fitness components target. For cardio, the suggested cardio exercise is 30 to 60 minutes, but the duration of your workout depends on the types of exercise. For a beginner, you might start with a workout of 15 to 20 minutes. If you're doing steady state cardio, like going for a run, you may exercise for 30 minutes to an hour. If you're doing interval training and working at a high intensity, your workout should be shorter, around 20 minutes to a half hour. For strength training, how long you lift weights depends on the type of workout you're doing and on your schedule. For a total body workout, you may take up to an hour. But a split routine may take less time because you're working for fewer muscle groups. Type. Type refers to the definite physical activity selected to improve a component of health-related fitness. For example, a person who wants to improve the arm strength should exercise the tricep and bicep, while an individual who wants to improve aerobic endurance needs to execute some other aerobically challenging activities such as jogging, running, swimming. For cardio, cardio is changeable since any activities that makes your heart rate up counts. Dancing, running, walking, jogging, and cycling are some of the wide variety of activities you may choose. Having more than one cardio activity helps reduce boredom. For strength training, Strength training workouts can also offer a variety of exercises. It includes any exercise using resistance like dumbbells, barbells, machines, and many others to work your muscles. You may also use your body as a resistance tool. You may change the type of your strength workout depending on your goal. How to use the FIT principle in your workout. The FIT principle provides guides on how to control your program and get favorable results. To avoid boredom, injuries, and weight loss plateaus, this principle will help you figure out how to alter workout types, time, intensities, and activities. For example, walking 3 times a week for 30 minutes at a moderate pace might be a great help for a beginner. Your body adjusts to these workouts and several things may happen after a few weeks such as burn fewer calories, weight loss, boredom sets in. You may also utilize one or more of the FIT principles such as changing the frequency by adding a day of jogging or walking, changing the intensity by adding some running intervals and walking faster, changing the time spent jogging each workday out, changing the type of workout by dancing, cycling, or running. Changing one of the elements will create a big difference in the workout plan and in how your body reacts to exercise. It's significant to alter things up on a regular basis to keep your body and mind healthy. Muscle develops once the body is trained to do more than what it is used to. The principles of training implies that overloading helps develop target muscle area. Benefits of this can be achieved through continuous overloading, or else, if stopped, it will go back to its original form. FIT principle acknowledge the importance of optimum fitness development. It stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. The physical activity program is used as a guideline for a fitness routine to achieve results. Execution of exercise is also related to its intensity. The more the activity is repeated, the more chances of developing fitness. Intensity is defined as how easy or hard the designed task is accomplished or the magnitude of work done. The body's response by the number of times the heart pumps, measured in beat per minute, determines the intensity. Workable heart rate capacity will help in getting the ideal target heart rate range. Proper choosing of activities helps to achieve goals set by specifying the target muscles to develop. To keep activities exciting and interesting, setting up variation in exercises or routines may help. An exercise workout has three components: warm up, exercise load, and cool down. The exercise load or workout load is the program activity that would stimulate beneficial adaptation when performed regularly. A warm-up is essential prior to the actual workload as it prepares the body for more strenuous activity. It increases the blood flow to the working muscle without an abrupt increase in lactic acid accumulation. According to research, the warmer the body and muscles, the higher the muscular output. A good warm-up also prepares the heart, muscles, and joints for the next activity by decreasing joint stiffness and increasing nerve impulses. Cool down is essential after a workout as it permits the pre-exercise heart rate and blood pressure for a gradual recovery. Cooling down may be most vital for competitive endurance athletes like marathoners because it helps regulate blood flow. Warm up at least 5 to 10 minutes of low to moderate intensity aerobic exercise or resistance exercise with lighter weights. Conditioning to 15 to 60 minutes of aerobic resistance, neuromuscular, or any sport activities. Cool down at least 5 to 10 minutes of low to moderate intensity aerobic exercise or resistance exercise with lighter weights. Strengthening. At least 10 minutes of stretching in exercises performed after the warm-up or cool-down phase. For beginner, at least 15 to 30 minutes exercise loads.